Hello sailors, this is the Dodgy Kebab, and before you say it, yes, I know I said I retired from making Warcraft videos, yet here you are watching a Dodgy Kebab Warcraft video. Well, the nice people over at the Wrath of the Lich King Whitemane server wanted to do a sponsored video and open their wallets wider than your mum's legs, and when someone's spread eagled that much, it's hard to say no. So I'll let this video sit as the final Dodgy Kebab Warcraft video and a nice little payday for me. There are no guidelines on what I can include in this video, and looking at the sponsored video that Warlord exec did for these guys, looks like they're okay with letting YouTubers just talk about anything they find. But enough with the nonsense, let's get right to the headline. This Wrath of the Lich King server is offering a $10,000 cash pool prize for each PvP tournament. These guys obviously mean business, so let's run through the key information. XP is set to 5 times rate. Professions run at 3 times rate until you get to level 375, then they go down to 1 times rate. Reputation is set to 3 times rate for vanilla and TBC factions, then 1 times rate for Wrath of the Lich King factions. Drop rate is the same story, 3 times rate for vanilla and TBC, and then back down to 1 for Wrath of the Lich King. During leveling, spells are auto-learned and weapons skills are maxed out. So reading between the very obvious lines, the staff is focusing their efforts on Wrath of the Lich King content rather than on vanilla and TBC. But to be fair, even a stock Trinity core server these days has vanilla and TBC content working to a decent standard. So let's see what a server where they say that they've done a lot of work on, let's see how it turns out there. In private messages, these guys have told me that they're all about providing a great endgame experience. Tier 7 and Tier 9 will be shorter than normal, and content like Oldar will be longer than normal. So they're putting a lot of effort into thinking about the end game here. So this makes me think they may have made a critical error bringing me on board here. I'm hardly the best raider in Warcraft history. I just press buttons 1 to 5 on the hotbar and click thunderclap. But I've successfully tanked the final boss with that technique, so it shows you how easy this game really is. So all you people with your custom UIs, entire keyboards worth of binds and God only knows what else, you're just wasting your time. I didn't bother with any of that shit, I just clicked my way to victory. Anyway, they've given me access to their test server to try it all out. These guys at Whitemane are super proud of their endgame and have put a ton of work into it. But fuck that, let's make sure the wolves at Northshire Abbey work correctly. So here we are for the last time at Northshire Abbey, and I need to set up my icon so I can click my way to victory. After dinging at level 2, I do indeed auto-learn all my spells, and every possible weapon skill is also raised. Going up from level 3 to 4, again I auto-learn my new spells and got instant skill ups on my weapon skills. While in the area, I thought I would be swamped with 6-slot bags and crap armor drops thanks to the ×3 drop rate on the server. That didn't happen, so I dropped DM over to the staff, and it turned out they forgot to enable the drop rate on the test server I was on. You see, for this test, I'm on a development version of the Whitemane realm. There's no one else here, it's just me, so it's forgivable that they forgot to enable a couple of the advertised features. But there is a good reason why I'm here all by myself on a separate version of the Whitemane core. I have almost full GM privileges and I can go wild. Now, while the public version of Whitemane does feature raised XP and drop rates on the vanilla and TBC content, the gold rate remains normal throughout. But as I have almost god tier powers here, I can just spawn as much gold as I like. But as I'm here by myself, trying to sell gold here is an uphill struggle. Anyway, seeing as I can spawn gold, fly, change my movement speed, instantly ding levels and start any quest at any time, I can speed to any part of the game to see how it works. Well, almost. I can't spawn 39 other people and go off and raid, but I can, in essence, fast forward to different parts of the game. So, even with the spells given to you for free, you still need to visit Class Trainer for some spell ranks they offer. Although you do learn new spells automatically, things like defensive stance still need to be learned via its quest. And I'm sure a lot of people will like the things like the increased speed that you can use to skill up your professions. Now, I know that this is a Wrath of the Lich King content focused server, and so the staff will be putting all their efforts into that area of the game, but I'm a huge advocate for vanilla and TBC leveling content. So before we freeze our balls off in Northrend, let's do some classic Dodgy Kebab server benchmarks. Now, I can jump to any quest at any level, so I've tried to pick out various parts I know servers normally get wrong. I'm not really playing normally here, I'm just actively picking out points where where I think things are most likely to be incorrect. The attacking storming castle is a staple for me, but the game threw a wrench in the works. I started the quest and it all seemed fine, but got to the section with the fight and then a guard came running up and killed the mobs, and it didn't register my kill. Now, did the quest fail because of the server or because the guard stole the kill? I don't know. So I started the quest again, but now the event just wouldn't trigger. I showed this footage to the staff and it was fixed by the next day. I tried it again and it worked fine, so the staff located the bug and fixed it very quickly. Good show. Another weak point in pre-Wrath the Lich King content is an alliance quest in Hellfire Peninsula called The Exorcism of Colonel Jules, and this worked really well to my surprise. This is one most servers get wrong, but here on a server where their focus isn't even on TBC content, it works really well. Another one is in Hellfire in the Ramparts dungeon. The mob scripting for keeping the mobs walking together in a group also works. I thought I'd have a look at the bosses of the instance, so I landed my airborne character, buffed it with a shitload of health and went to kill the first boss. But every time I tried, I got disconnected after about 20 seconds after I buffed. But I had a feeling this wasn't a problem with the server, but rather some sort of anti-cheat software kicking in. I reported this back to the staff and they made changes so I wouldn't be caught by the anti-cheat software anymore. So I beat the first boss, then the second, and then finally the third, all of which was scripted perfectly. I'm not about to start showing a long list of stuff that worked because we'd be here all day, but the battle for the Dark Portal was in a good shape. After you complete Ammo for Rumble Shot, the scripted event happens with the dwarfs beginning their firing practice. The Delphi's messenger walks the correct path, and in Loch Modan, the quest called Protecting the Shipment actually works because the NPC and mobs are scripted here. But the Forsaken Courier didn't walk around the Highlands. No, I'm assuming he dropped his wallet or something because he and his guards just walk up and down this tiny bit of path. Anyway, they wanted me to actually look at their Wrath of the Lich King content and not all of this. So let's have a look. I got on the boat, then made myself a level 80, and this is the only time I will get any sort of realm first, even if it is on a realm where the entirety of the population is just me. Plus I have God mode, just to become instantly whatever level I wish, but it's still a realm first. So here we are in Northrend, and one of the first things I notice is that the Alliance here on Whitemane actually gives a shit about signing up new recruits. Notice how the officers' dialogue is happening and the line of people is moving. This is in stark contrast to how this section is on Warmane, where the line is totally static and nothing is happening. Also in this area, the quest called Fruits of Our Labour involves going to a nearby cave, looting the key and then releasing a minecart. Most servers, the minecart doesn't move or just vanishes, but here it goes off correctly on its journey. One everyone seems to have forgotten about is a quest called Call to Arms, where you go to the town hall, ring the bell and the quest is complete. Easiest quest in the game, but never on a private server have I ever seen it scripted correctly. After ringing the bell, once you get outside, the villagers are supposed to run to the town hall all to get tooled up. Didn't happen here either, but I told the staff and lo and behold, the next day it was fixed and scripted correctly. Like I say, this is the first time outside the retail game I've ever seen this working, so colour me impressed. Another bit of scripting is to be found in the tavern nearby. The first time I walked in, I was greeted by these magic floating mugs. I know what should be here. It should be 3 footmen having a final drink before heading out on the front line. I reported it to a staff member and he came and joined me so I could show them the glitch. One restart later and it was fixed. What I'm seeing here in this realm is either well done or if it's not right, can be fixed rapidly by competent staff who know how to fix bugs quickly and accurately. That to me is a positive thing. World of Warcraft is a giant game. The base game and 2 expansions equal an unthinkable amount of code to deal with. Yet here, issues can be dealt with to almost pinpoint precision and extremely rapid rate. The scope of this video was to focus on some areas of Warcraft that are normally broken on private servers. Obviously, I'm not going to do a full playthrough on a server where I am the only player. Plus, although I did more content than what I actually showed here, there was no issues with it, but showing working quests where I had to kill 8 spiders is fucking pointless. That sort of stuff works on other servers that are just stock Trinity core, so obviously it's going to work on a server where clearly a lot of work has been done. Whitemane is in great shape as of right now, but to avoid conflicting with the release of Shadowlands, whatever that is, and upcoming big releases like Cyberpunk 2077 and of course the mighty PlayStation 5, Whitemane is not being released until the end of January 2021. That really is it now. It's back to video games for me. And just in case you missed it, I wrote and edited an episode of Guru Larry's Fact Hunt. I hid some dodgy kebab Easter eggs in it if you want to try and find them. And well done to me for making it through this entire video about a server called Whitemane without accidentally calling it Warmane.